Today we're going to be crocheting this adorable mini bee, and if you like the mini flower at the beginning of this video, that's also on my channel. All you need is a 4.5mm hook and scissors and 7-ounce yarn. We are going to start with the bee wings in the color white. You're going to start with a slip knot. You can slow down the beginning of that if you need a slower version. And we're going to start by chaining 3. So you're going to yarn over and pull the hook through, and that is 1. We're going to do that 2 more times. Now we're going to do a slip stitch. So you're going to insert your hook through the first chain that we made. I like to flip mine, it's a little easier, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through. And you should now have a little circle. We are going to chain 4, so yarn over, pull through, that's our first chain, and we're going to do that 3 more times. There's 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to do another slip stitch, and we're going to do it in the 3rd chain from the hook. And yarn over. Again, I like to flip mine, it's a little easier, and then you're going to pull through. And next we are just going to chain 1, and then you can cut the extra yarn. You're going to pull your hook through, tighten it, and then you have your bee wings. Next, we're going to do the bee body, and you're going to do a slip knot. So we're going to twist the yarn, put it on top of itself, and then pull that little loop through. And you can insert your hook and tighten it. We are going to start by chaining 3. So we're going to yarn over and pull through. That's 1, 2, 3. We are going to do the same thing we did for the wings, which is a slip stitch into the first chain that we made. We're going to yarn over, pull through everything, and then you should have this small circle. And we are going to do 4 single crochets into the middle of that circle. And now that I have 4 single crochets, I am going to do a color change. So I'm going to remove my hook and put it through those 2 little loops right there. Next, I'm going to grab my black yarn and just place it right on top, and then we can pull that new color through those 2 loops. And we're going to start our next row. Our next row is going to be an increase, so we are going to do 2 single crochets in every stitch. Here's my first single crochet, and in that same stitch we're going to do our second one. And now that little loop from the old yarn, you can just pull it and it should disappear. Back to our row, we're going to go into our next stitch, and we are going to do 1 single crochet. And then our second single crochet in the same stitch. After you finish that, we're going to do another color change. So same thing. I like to turn my bee inside out. After this row, we are going to remove the hook, but leave that little loop. Insert our hook between the two lower loops. And then we're going to grab our new color, which should still be attached to your bee. So I'm going to set the black yarn to the side and grab the yellow yarn. Yarn over and pull it right through both of those loops. Our next round is going to be just single crochet all the way around. And now I'm pulling that loop from the black yarn. And once you finish your last stitch, we're going to do another color change. Remove the hook and put it through the two lower loops. Grab your black yarn and pull through both of those loops. Now we start our next row, which is going to be a decrease all the way around. So you can either skip a stitch, or if you want to see an invisible decrease, you can slow down that first stitch. We're going to pull our yellow yarn through, and we don't need any more yellow yarn, so we can cut that. Now we're going to pause and add our wings that we did at the beginning of the video. I'm going to choose 2 stitches in the yellow row that we just did, and I'm going to put one side of the white yarn through one stitch, and I'm going to put the other side of the white yarn through a stitch right next to that one. Your yarn should be on the inside now, and you can flip it over. We are going to double knot this yarn together, and then you can cut it or you can leave it. I like to stuff it on the inside of the bee. Now we're going back to our black yarn to finish our decreases in that row. So we just did our first decrease. We are now going to do our second decrease. I'm going to stuff my yarn in there. Okay, now we're going to do the next decrease. You are going to insert your hook and then insert it into the next stitch, yarn over, and pull through all. So insert it through one stitch, insert it through the next stitch, yarn over, and pull through everything. So you should have a total of 4 decreases. This is my last one. And after your last decrease, you are going to choose a stitch that's just opposite of your hook and do a slip stitch. So yarn over, pull through the loops, cut the extra, and then we're going to weave that extra black yarn into the bee until it's not noticeable anymore. And now you have your little mini bee, and you can make as many as you want. Thank you for watching.